What's happening, everybody? How is everybody doing tonight? Look at that. What's happening, y'all? Let me know if you can hear the music. See me okay? I got the latest shirt on. The I'm a Farmer Prusa style. Happy about that. Bruce Bikes, what's happening, man? How are you, Johnny? Rob, how you doing? Tim Talon, Joe Rust. Oh, man, continuing the nonsense from yesterday. 5x5. Oh, you wanted this 5x5? What's going on over here? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Did we lose our motor? Oh, yeah, we might have lost our... We might have lost our motor over here. I mean, that is a pretty heavy machine, actually, for what it's worth. Seems to be okay. This trip? No. Just a little heavy for it, I guess, huh? Now I gotta get this Lazy Susan back on there. Man, I'm just troubleshooting everything. One of those few times at the shop here where things are just catching up. Everything needs maintenance, or there's problems. There it goes. Oh yeah, I think my Lazy Susan's dying. I think that brush motor has had enough. Yeah, because when that motor was new, it was turning some pretty heavy machines. Like, I was turning X1Cs and the K1C, all kinds of machines it was able to spin. Alright, might as well turn that off so that it doesn't burn up over here. I'll have to order a new motor. It's actually running off of a microwave motor that I bought on Amazon for like $9. So, getting choppy audio. Anybody else? Oh yeah, let me know if that's happening. Let's see if there's something nonsensey going on my side. It's far away from me, but that shouldn't be it. No drop frames. Seems to be good. John, are you watching on Twitch or YouTube? Actually, you're on YouTube, I can tell. Shouldn't be choppy. They did change, YouTube changed some things. Actually, Twitch too, where they now allow 4K streaming. And my cameras are always set to stream in 4K. It just wasn't allowed before. But now it is in 4K. Like, this should be super crisp, decent quality stuff. But yeah, I've noticed yesterday especially there were some quality issues for whatever reason. I've made no changes. Petty Rock Spin Da Vinci, what's happening, Tulsa? 2 days in a row, yeah? Isn't that something? I gotta fix this machine. Too much printer, yeah. Hey, Shrimp Father, what's happening? All good now. Okay, good. Thank you. I did bid level calibration on the Flash Forge Adventure 3 printers in my kid's day camp this afternoon. Anyone use one of those? The Adventure 3. No, that's an older machine. I've never used one of those. No spinning me zero, I'm leaving. Thank you for letting me know it sound good. Yeah, that's a bummer, isn't it? I'll have to order a new motor. Hey, Nico, what's happening, man? How you doing? Audio's fine, thank you, Rob. Audio video great, thank you, Tim. I started the app, all good now. Okay, cool. Better on Twitch, also good to know. I think it just must have been yesterday. I don't have a 4K monitor. To be honest, this one on this machine isn't either. It's a 1440p Apple display. Pre 4K. Right? These aren't, these are old. Let's see, system settings. Displays. Yeah, this is 1117. Wow. It's not on 1440p. Interesting. Or am I? Hold on, let's go to... No, it is. It's 1440p. I do use this laptop with a 5K monitor at my office, but at home, I don't have one of those. What's the progress on a fix? The progress on the fix, well, I did go ahead and take off some hardware. So this is the entire hot end. This is going to be our old donor right over here. And as you can see, this one is intact. So I have to desolder these first to remove this board, desolder the other one, and put this one on it. I did notice that this says X Power Board V1, and same with the other one. So I know this didn't have any updates, so that's good. My only concern is if this little board was the whole culprit, then I'm swapping it over to the other one. So that's kind of a bummer. Like, in terms of troubleshooting, this isn't a good way to troubleshoot. Right? But it is what we have to work with, so I'm going to do it. And I sent them an email yesterday as soon as the stream was over. They have not replied quite yet. You know, time zone differences, all that fun stuff. So we'll see where it all ends up. But I have my soldering iron with me. And we're going to get busy. I'll get you guys a little closer in on the action here. Let's go even closer. Yeah, it looks like I'll have to buy some more arms and do a real overhead camera. Like I said, I can do that. Like I have one waiting. Whoops. I have a camera waiting. The problem I ran into was wire management. How to get wire from my computer up the ceiling and down to the camera. Whatever. We'll figure that out. Logisticals. What did you break now? The X and Y axis were having trouble. Well, my Y axis was having trouble on the Magneto. And I thought I found the problem where it was the wiring. They sent me some new wiring. I threw it in. The Y axis started working. Now the X axis started coming out. So they sent me a whole new Y and the X for the machine to put on. This is the X. I was doing that yesterday, and my replacement board, which is up there at the moment, came broken in shipping. The package was handled roughly. So we're desoldering this board to put onto the new X-axis and then putting it all together. So that's what we're doing. But good to see you, Dave. Fetter's live. Nice. Go shoot from the airport. What's up, Lauren? Thank you for joining from the airport, man. Still fuzzy, I guess, when you're moving around. Yeah, that's weird. I'm not sure what's up with that. Hey, reprinted. That's a beefy axis. Yeah, man. These X and Ys are just the heaviest of duty CNC milled beauties. And they're so heavy, so big. But yeah, I just have to make sure I don't mix them up. This is the old Y. So this one should be good to not be here anymore. How do I know this is the old Y? That's a great question. How do I know this is the old Y? I have it up there. Oh, okay, I can tell you how. I took off the sensor. I took off the sensor right over here, and on that one, it's still on there. So that's how. Okay, I'll put this over here. This will be our old pile. And that way I don't mix them up. Hey, Filter. Hey, Wick. Alright. So that I don't get confused any further, because that seems to be pretty easy. Let's go ahead and just get right into the desoldering. Why is this camera getting so blown out? Let's fix that real quick. Let's go image. And now it's not. If I lower it, that's too dark. What about removing exposure? Because it's not going to change here. All right, hold on, guys. Let me tweak this real quick. I'll put the put that view back in a sec. Okay, let's get ISO pretty low. We're shooting at 30 frames on this, I believe. So we can go up to 60. This should look pretty good. Right there. How's that? That should be natural blur. Looking good. All right. Yeah, because we're in 30 frames, so shutter speed can go to 160, ISO at 500. That should be perfect. And now, when we do this, they should look about the same. Yes, okay, good. Fixed it. Fixing everything. Everything needs fixing. What's everyone up to tonight? Anything cool? The power supply, I think, is upstairs. Alright, we need my soldering iron. Wait a minute, where is my soldering iron? This is my old soldering iron. Where is my new soldering iron? That's a fantastic question. That's weird. Alright, let me run and see if I left it upstairs. Hold on, y'all. I'll keep the mic where it's at, but I'll be right back. Here, camera, you stay. Okay, I'll be right back, everybody. Gotta run up and find my soldering iron. Let's see if I left it here. Gonna take this whole bag. I was doing some drone stuff, and I had it in a bag with me. All right, let's see. Camera on back. Thank you. All right, let's see what I got. Okay, this is the power supply. Yes. And here's the soldering iron. Okay. At least that was easy. Let's throw this over here. I'll have to deal with that a little later. All right, because I want to use my pine sill and not the D60. We'll need a little bit of solder. Let's get these guys out. Let's do our flux. We're gonna need this. I do have solder wick. Might need that. And our solder sucker. All right. Let's see if we can make this happen here. Up to no good. That's a good thing, that. Put in 327 on a Malibu SS. Nice. Firing an engine compartment. Nice. I really want to do a project at some point. Really, really, really want to do a project. We just expanded the house a bit. So that put a dampen on anything like that. So, hey, 3D Medic, what's up? Here to win a second spool. You got my reply, by the way, Medic? I sent you the winning code earlier. All right, let's do this. Plug that in. Give the pine sill some juice. Let's go tree fitty. All right, heat that up. Got and ordered HTPL AGF. Nice. Yeah, that's cool. I got one of those to test. Haven't had a chance really, but I will. Okay, so the important part here is making sure that the wires I guess not here, not in the desolder part. But it's gonna be really important to make sure that the right wires get soldered to the right section. So that's gonna be a fun thing to maintain. Do you do any Huforge prints at all? I don't. I have, like, the other people have given me, but I don't have Huforge myself. I think Huforge is really cool. What an amazing concept. All right, we're at temperature. Let's go ahead and throw some flux on here. Oh, where's the syringe part? Hey, make a Viking. Alright. Let's see. Come on, flux, what are you doing? Did we get it a little dried out? Yeah, we did. Alright, plenty of flux. I don't give a flux. That's a good shirt right there. Hey, Raz. I don't give a flux. Let's set up our solder sucker. Yeah, it is. Alright, let's start with the U. Oh, I missed the button. There we go. Oh, that's great. That worked well. Now let's just pull that up. Cool. I should be able to pull that up all the way a little later. Alright, let's see. Can I get that out yet? No. Alright, let's go for the next one. Hopefully this all works. You're telling me. Can you guys see this okay? I can get a little closer. Here, let's get closer. Console. Oh. Wrong camera. And let's move it right over here. Gotta love gimbaled cameras, right? Alright, let's load it up. Let's go. Get it nice and shiny, and pop. Let's do that one again. Alright, this one doesn't like getting sucked up all the way like the first one. So that one's going to need some solder wick. That's okay, I got plenty. Let's see if we fare a little better on this one. But yeah, I really want to get this thing running today. I missed the machine. Ooh, nice. Okay. We're going to leave that like that. Let's get some of the solder on this wick. Of course, I'm just inhaling all this. I really should set up one of those little fans for when I solder. I solder often, and I'm almost always just inhaling it. All right, that's all clean. That's all clean. Let's get one more. That's all clean. All right. So I should just be able to pull this up. There goes one. There's another. And booyah. Alright, let me get some rubbing alcohol. This is the old one, so let's sit that down here. Let's get a little paper towel. Some rubbing alcohol on that. Clean that up. All right, so here is our board. So the reason why I couldn't use this, because once the PCB portion down here is ripped up like this, you will no longer have the traces that go downward. So I guess I could have soldered from one of these traces right to it. I guess I could do that. Yeah, I guess I could do that. I could solder a wire right from the trace down. But that's okay. We already have this off. We're going to do it this way. This is a lot more legitimate. So all good. All right, let's cut this off, since we'll need a nice clean piece for the other one. I love the soldering iron. The fact that it goes to sleep, and as soon as I pick it up, it'll heat back up again. It's the best. The Pinsel's the best. What's hair in your chest? I don't solder enough to need to invest in serious ventilation or soldering. The unexpected benefit of having essential trimmers again. Nice surgery. Well, not nice yet. I think it'll be a nice surgery if it works. Alright. This is our new one, and it's going to take up all the space on my desk. And I have hardware everywhere, so I got to pay attention. Okay. Alright, I need to stop this thing from moving, I think, maybe? Or maybe not. Alright, let me take a peek down here. Okay, so the wires are in order. So it will go like this. And more importantly, the U is the right wire. Yep, the V is the middle wire. Okay, so that's at least good. Yeah, part numbers are the same. I don't see anything that could be wrong on this board. It is a very simple board, technically, except for this connector. Alright, let's just do the same thing we did. Get this thing hot, desolder, then solder. I got faith, but then again, I have pretty bad luck. It's almost a compliment. I'll take it. Have I mentioned how beautiful this extruder is? Okay, check out this extruder while we're waiting. All metal. Beautiful hardened steel gearing. That's where it goes in, the heat break. Large bearings. Huge mechanical, beautiful mechanical lever with an actual leverage. Has built-in load and unload macros right there. I think it's really nice. Take a pic of the wire location. It's really simple. It's the right wire is U, the middle. It's directional. They're the same. So that should be okay. All right, let's do the same thing. Add some flux. When in doubt, flux it all out. I don't give a flux. It's kind of fun. All right. Where does the solder go? Is there like a thing on the inside that I'll have to empty at some point? Because I've never emptied it. Sometimes this thing rocks, and sometimes it does nothing. I shouldn't say it does nothing. That worked pretty well. Looks like the rest will be a job for the solder wick. All right, let's get it going. Nice and hot, and kind of wish I had one of these in like a full CNC. Because the bottom here is plastic, and I'm not sure that it works that well. All right, one more time. That's the bulk of it. That's good. I'm not even gonna do it anymore. The rest, we'll take care of it with the solder wick. Man, the solder wick works so well. It's kind of nuts. All right, that should come right off, I think. Let's put these up. Just kind of heating up the area around and lifting. Which one of these is holding? Good song. Nice and chill little tune. Come on. Okay, we got one wire free. Two wires free. Three wires free. Okay, let's clean those up just a little bit so that the solder is nice and sharp, which means when I go to put them in the small holes, it will work. All right, so here's our old and broken. Yeah, you can see that more than just broke. It actually pulled up the trace on the board. But yeah, like I said, I see the trace right here, and there's an additional one. So technically, I could quite literally put a wire from here to that standoff, to the bottom of that standoff once it's screwed in, and it would totally have functioned. But that's okay. That's all right. There's actually traces on the bottom that go here too for another set. So it's totally fixable with a basically a jumper. But that's okay. I have one here. We're already on it. All right, so it should sit the same way it was, which is this way. Which means the U. Here, let's set this thing down. The U should go to this one. Do I have tiny pin of some sort? Actually, you know what? Let's just solder with them just a hair. Just want to make sure that the openings are as large as they can be. Because I'm going to have trouble getting it through there. Alright, that's going to be a fun little endeavor, isn't it? These openings have to be 100% cleared out. and one of them is filled with solder. All right, let me think about what to do. Maybe I can heat it up around the pad and then poke it. Okay, that kind of worked. There we go. All right, wire. All right, one is in. I'm gonna bend it down a little bit so that it holds it. Let's see if I can get the other two in. Whoops, my microphone got stuck to the magnet. Whoops, we lost the mic mag. That's hilarious. There it is. Here, I'll push it up a little bit. There we go. Might be a little bit louder now. Let me catch up with you guys. Did not mess around making any of that. Yeah. The weight, 100%. Hey, dude, what's up, B-Cuddy? Just spent the last 40 minutes looking for my no clogger, but I've been here since the beginning. Nice. Did you find it? You unscrew the cap to clear the solder out. Oh, okay. How about an electric desoldering tool? Faster. Yeah, I looked at it. I got to get one, I think. But like I said, desoldering, for the things that I desolder, like for consoles, this stuff right here is king. It just works so well. Better than any of the suckers. All right, let's get... How'd that wire get in there? Get this one in the second one here. Okay, that was easy. And third one. Of course, the third one is like, nah. You're going to have to work to get me in there. Come on. All right. Let's make it nice and pointy. And come on. Looks like I'm going to have to give that one hot as well. All right, let's see if a little bit of heat and pressure does it. Come on. No, where'd it go? Come on. Oh, I know the other one's out. All right, let's bend these two kind of heavily. Let's do the same thing with this one. Let's heat this up. See if we can poke a nice little hole in it. It just has some extra solder. There we go. Let's get that out of there. All right. Come on through the wire. Oh, come on. No way. All right, let's heat the wire itself. See if we can thin out the little solder bit that's on there. Let's try again. Where's he getting stuck? What plier is that? When in doubt, apply force. No, force is not working. Ow. Come on. All right. We need a little bit more reaming. Wish I had like a small drill bit. So I'm not getting all the way through is what it looks like. Sorry guys, I know I'm not looking at the chat or anything, but I will in a second. I'm just trying to focus. Here we go. There's the wire. It came in there by itself, didn't it? Oh no, that's a piece of solder. Well, at least I know why the wire wasn't coming through. It's because there's a piece of solder in there. Alright, now, yep, I can see through it. We're there. We are there. Come on out of there. What's going on with my pliers? Why are they touching together? Pliers, how did you get this way? My pliers no longer touch. Why? That defeats the purpose. These things don't have enough leverage. Alright, wire cutters. Yeah, do the plier job. There we go. Alright, that's going to be good enough for me right there. So, just a little fluxy flux, just to make sure we get the heat where it needs to go. Heat and force. Tricks you have the heat and immediately use the sucker. Yes, Adam, yes. On the reverse side, I was actually trying to put these things in there. Sorry, I wasn't in the shot. So now I'm just going to solder these up. Make sure there's plenty of solder. Make sure the solder dries by itself. Don't blow on it. And make sure that it's not cold solder. Make sure it's nice and shiny. The blob has to be shiny. All right. We're done. Let's unplug that. Set this off to the side. While that's doing its thing, let's put these standoffs on. And we'll clean this all off with some rubbing alcohol. Let's check the wires. Right side is that one. Yep. Okay, the wires are correct. Tightening it pretty good because I don't want anything to be loose on the x-axis. All right, snips for the win. That's right. It's always snips. Snips are one of the best tools. Let's get rubbing alcohol. Look at that. Look at that. Bam. Could you tell that that was desoldered and resoldered? No siree. Old board. Okay. All right. Let us do a little bit of cleanup. All this stuff goes back into my soldering bin. And we'll wait for the pine sol to do its thing. I'm sure it's still hot. Be sure to put it down on that piece of plastic right there. All right. I'll zoom out in just a second. Wait, where's the front of the camera? Oh, we're all the way over here. All right. The silicon tips are designed to be able to be placed against the hot soldering tip. Isn't it silicon? Mine felt plastic. I think I have a really, really, really cheap one. Quality blow-up style. That's right. Magneto would be proud. I know, Tulsa. That's the dream. All right, let's make sure we do plug in everything back in. What is going on here? Is this plug different? No. This is a very interesting plug. Oh, here it goes. Okay, that clicked nicely. All right, what else has to transfer? This thing, I believe, I have to take off because mine is on my loom over there. Also, the printer's taller than me at the moment. Which is just kind of fun. All right, let's put that right there. These things all go here with this one. All right. Now let's assemble this. I'm going to make an attempt to try to remember how this all went. I believe the board went on first. I believe. Yeah, and the rest kind of followed. Yeah, that's right. That is correct. And no, actually, you know what? I love how that's just an assembly. These things. These things were first. Now, the thing that I'm not sure 100% is if they went up or down. I guess the way I would see that is based on what? The extruder goes there. The hot end plate goes underneath. It has... It's a flat surface. Okay, so it couldn't have gone like this. Right? Unless those are little alignment tabs. Oh, it could have gone. Or where is this for this? I'm gonna have to look up. I'm gonna have to look up some photos. I'm not sure which direction these things went. But these are the fan mounts. I just don't honestly. I don't remember if these were facing up or down. And technically, I think they have to go like this. Is there a clue on the fans maybe themselves? No. All right, I gotta look up some photos. The shiny stuff, yes. Hold on. Are you just replacing the X-axis board? No, I'm replacing the entire X and Y axis, both of them. However, my board came damaged in shipping. We lost a pin. This is the same number board, so I just desoldered my old one and put it on the new X-axis. But yeah, the whole assembly looks rippled. It's just like a little piece of aluminum tape essentially covering the series of magnets. So what you're seeing there is literally like metal dust on top of the magnets themselves. All right, let's go to Magneto X toolhead. Lancer toolhead. There's a lot of versions of this, but I need those pieces right there. How do they go? That doesn't really help. But they go on the bottom? Do they go? They will go on the bottom. I was putting them on top, so that's kind of fun. Can we see them down here? No. I can't see them here either. This is a Lancer fix. No, I don't need the. I need the whole. I need this whole thing. There we go. Let's see. Aha. Will this help me in some way, shape, or form? Yeah, Lancer toolhead. We need this. Let's download this. My Magneto is working just after replacing some wires for the Y-axis. Jeb, mine did too. I replaced the wires. I even found, like I said, at one point I could like flex the wires and the machine would print, and I would let go of the wires and it would stop. So that's why I replaced the X and the Y wires. But then I started a long print, a 24-hour print, I believe it was, and like 17 hours in, it just died in exactly the same way. But you know, we could have completely two different issues. All right, Lancer toolhead. Step file. What can I open this in that's not going to cause any issues? I guess Fusion is going to be the only way I can really open it. Right, I can't open a step file in a slicer just to take a look at it, can I? Hey, Mike's. Yeah, I don't think I can open step files in anything outside of Fusion. All right. I'm going to open Fusion. Hopefully my computer can handle it. Let's go for it. Yes, you can. Cody, what can I view it in outside of Fusion? This Fusion's pretty demanding when I have all this stuff open and streaming and every app and all kinds of stuff that's open. Here, I'll close some of my other apps that I don't need open right now. Great, I gotta sign in. Slicers will open. Slicers will open step files. don't ask me again. All right, so we can close this out. It's already almost open. Might as well just use it. Let's do open for my computer. Downloads folder, Lancer toolhead, Lancer. And now we wait. All right, we got it. All right, so where are the magnets? Where are these at? Fan. Where's this at? There we go. There's our answer. It goes downward. It goes downward from the bottom. Okay. Cody, I'll definitely have to try. I just already had it opening, and you know how Fusion is. It takes forever even to close it, so it was worth just letting it run. Took my fan off. It shows an indentation up. That's a newer Magneto X. Oh, thank you, Happy Extruder. I appreciate that. So, wait. Now look at their file and my. But you're saying the indentation is up. So, from this, the indentation goes this way. I should see it at the top. So the indentation goes through there, and that's the threads. Oh, I see it now. Okay, so the threads go through there. So there's no threads in here. It's a through hole. That's what's happening. Like this. And whoops, those are the wrong ones. We need... Which ones is it? I believe it's these. Okay, that looks like it's doing something. Indentation's up, huh? Is that the right hardware, though? That's the real question. Or is it these? This is too small, I think. Yeah, that's too small. So it's gotta be this. Yeah. It's gotta be these. There's 4 of them. We're gonna learn real quick. If these things aren't aligned, we'll know pretty quickly. We will know pretty quickly. Right, so that goes there. Then this fan. Oh, wait, hold on. Hold up. I think we made another error. Aha! Okay, we did. I did. Hold on, we're undoing this. That's why these screws are so long. They go through that as well. Why is that? That must be the old files. Because I don't see our what's it called? What's the sensor? The pressure sensor in there at all. in this in these files. All right, I need to like prop this up on something. Let's try this right here. Of course, I'm dropping all the screws. Okay. So the hot end goes on here. This goes through here first. Did it even go through there? I guess I should have taken some photos, huh? I know these wires went through there. Maybe this one didn't. So yeah, the reason why I'm hesitant is because I see these little inserts and it looks like that falls right in there. Yeah, it does. And the indentation now leaves room for this screw. Okay, so they definitely go like this. These are definitely going into here. Actually, if I take a fan, they should line right up on the top holes. Let's see. On these holes. Yep. Okay, that's how that goes. So then the question is, where's the mount? They mount like this. Let me put this in there. Think about it. No, that screw's too short, too long. All right, hold on. We need to find some better resources because I'm doing too much guessing for this, for my liking. So this is how it mounts onto this thing. Yeah, this all mounts together. I totally understand that. Yeah, here it is. Here's the sensor right there. But what's not on here is this fork. So this fork essentially goes right here underneath. Is there a label for this piece of hardware? M3 by 10. Gotta love the CAD. These are M3 by 10s. Okay. All right. So this faces down. The entire extruder mounts on top of this thing like this. Like that. It has two screws, which leaves this front and the back for these things. So whatever hardware this is, it needs to work. Yeah, I'm running out of threads. That's not gonna work. We're gonna put shorter ones in the front at least. Yeah, like that's how that's supposed to be. Right there. Where's the other one?
outward. Like this. Then on the front of this thing, we get the fan like that. Let's see. That goes on there. Fan goes like that. I'm just putting it there so that makes it easier for me. This guy goes in here. That clamps all of that down. By the way, if I didn't mention it, there should be a link in the pinned comment for a giveaway for Polymaker. If you guys are going to stick around till the end, you must be present to win, but it is international. And I don't mind repeated winners. So go ahead and jump in there while I'm over here fiddling. All right, cool. That's all nice and easy and self-explanatory. Then we'll do some wire management. And then this guy just goes right on here. Like that. And we're left with these two to attach it. Man, this is just so robust. I've built 3 Vorons now, and I haven't had any CNC parts on them. And this kind of is giving me that, yo, you should build a CNC Voron vibe. Another good step of resources on shape, true. The Magneto 20Q2 upgrade kit has a good assembly of it. Oh, okay. I'll look there if I keep getting confused here, but I think I'm on the other end of it now. Yeah. So this will go like that. I do have to take them off to mount this whole thing, but this is correct. I should just throw this on the Voron. All right, let's take these things off. And let's mount this up. Let's see. Looks like it'll be easier to mount the board. And then no, it looks like it's easier just the way that I'm doing it now. That can stay. These wires go in there. That goes right there. Okay, this is looking good. Looking good. All right, let's get this board in place. Where are the standoffs that go on here? I actually don't think there are standoffs. I think there's one large one somewhere. Right? Nope, I'm thinking of something else. Oh, here they are. They're silver. Right? Because this gets a cover. Oh, right. No standoffs. Okay, hold on. My memory's coming back. There's 4 screws here. Because I remembered this board, the whole point of this funky board is it has these little screws. And I put all of them together. Guys, don't get older. Because my memory is just... The slightly older I get, the worse my memory gets. It's really disturbing. Alright, that helps align that. And now these 4 screws, they're all together. Got to be the motherboard screws. Gots to be. Okay. We're looking good now. It's in the wiki. Thank you, Happy Extruder. Appreciate that. I'll take a look. I'm still doing the stubborn, not looking at stuff. The screws go all the way through the magnetic pieces. No, they don't. That's why there's a little lip. That's so that the screws don't. So the screw doesn't go into that other side. As long as you remember. As long as you remembered, you don't remember. That could be a shirt in itself. Half of our conversations can be shirts. Let's see. I did want to send a quick message. All right. Back to this. Okay. So we got this part on. We're gonna do a little bit of wire management in a minute, but I do have to get this thing attached. And how can we do that? Because I do have to flip this over. I don't want to lose this whole axis. I guess I won't, because there's an end stop right there. So let's just be gentle. Put this thing down. Okay. Okay, can you guys still see stuff? All right, good, good. Whoa, 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 don't fall, don't fall. Stay right here. No balance. All right, we need hardware from the bottom. I believe it's these. And this hardware has a little bit of blue Loctite on there. Those nice and tight. Aging sucks, especially over 50. I'm getting close to pushing 40. And I'm already degrading. I am degenerating. Degenerating nicely. Hey, Kenneth. All right. Coffee's cheaper. All right, magnet goes on. Let's do some wire management. All right, let's set this bad boy down again. All right, these things are just how they're going to be. That's in the right spot. This is also in the right spot. This wire does go down into here like that. This all gets tucked in nicely because a cover goes on here. So now I need these little things. And they get hooked up kind of like up here. A little bit tricky for sure. And they are pretty much unnecessary, but they do lock this stuff in. Alright, so now those wires are kind of... they're in their little place. This one is a little bit harder to do. Because the thermistor wires are just a little bit thicker. Harder to get in there. Alright, there we go. Don't cross thread anything. That should be a good solid rule. Why is this screw doing funny stuff? Can't get in there on a good angle. Let me see if I can remove this plug. Move everything out of the way. There we go. Okay, put that back in. Plug this back in. Do it all nice little tuckaroo. Okay, there's a lot of hardware over there. I hope none of it's extra. Alright, this stuff. Oh, right. I can't cover that. Alright, because that gets plugged in, so this has to go that way. There it is. That goes just like that. These little guys are on the side. Okay. That's one. That's two. What a unit this thing is. It's a joy to work on. I'll probably be like, oh, I should have put this cover on last. But that's okay. At least it's just 4 screws to undo. Okay. So I believe our entire hot end assembly is completed. It's good compared to the alternative. True. Tried to retire 50. Didn't work. Is that a joke? Like, because you didn't work because you retire? Or it didn't work? It's a little double entendre. CD box still sitting on my front porch. Haven't even had time to grab it. Man, Knox, you are busy if you haven't grabbed your box. Hey, Korea. Rob, what's your address? Clever. Clever girl. Okay. What else? What other things? This is already pre-installed, so I don't have to worry about that. Let's just make sure that it's tight. They are. All right, I believe we can screw this thing back into the machine. I think we have this thing assembled. So let's bring the table down. Way, way, way down. Somewhere here, maybe a little lower. Can I even go lower? Of course I can. All right, we're going that low. And then let me get you guys back up to the top. So let's go this way, and this way. Once again, I know we're not going to be able to the best view of the whole thing, but we'll have some view. There we go. There we go. Okay. All right, man, this thing looked crazy without anything here. All right, we have a little carriage. Let's see if I can get all the hardware in the right place. Okay, so this needs to go this way. And that's going to go underneath. All right, hold on. Let's rest this thing for a second. Sour all the time. These two pieces, hardware, I'm going to use. I was using them as a stopper, but I'm going to use them to hold this thing up. So let me make sure I have the right Allen key ready to go. Yeah, let's do this. All right, this goes underneath. This goes underneath. This can sit right there. All right. Let's get one in on this side. Keep it loose. How is this all gonna line back up? I guess because it's CNC machined and everything is so robust, this should just kind of be a thing, huh? Okay, that's 1, 2. I'm definitely gonna grab this size so that I can tighten it by hand. Let's get the rest of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whoops. Dropped it way down here. All right. Woo! So smooth. So close to fired up. Is it close? I guess. I guess it's not too bad. We're not that far out. There's some tuning to do. And like, you know, weird linear motor tuning things to do. I do have Crossover installed on my machine to try to run it on Windows because it's a Windows only app. I can run Windows 11, but last time we did it, it was bogging my machine down quite a bit. But I will do it. I'll try it. We have to plug in a USB cable directly into each drive. So that's something we will do and try to follow the instructions. Wow, this thing is, the Hodo is so strong. I can't even tighten these any further. Okay, that's good. And I do remember I kept this one loose. Let's get that carriage on now. On this side. Or as close to whatever on is going to be for the carriage. That's these two. Those go in from the top and the sides. Okay, and the sides. Perfect. Oops. Oh, okay, it's just 2. All right, cool. So that kind of pinches it, and this brings it down. So technically, these need to be unscrewed. This needs to be tightened because it pinches this. Yep, there we go. And then this gets screwed down to the linear rails. Okay. And let's tighten these 3. Oh, no, I did tighten them. Oh, right. That was on my old one. Okay, this should now be done. Ooh. Wow, okay. There is a little bit of binding when heading over here, so let's fix that. We'll do it the same way that we do on Vorons. You loosen all these mounts. Ouch. Man, that Hodo is so strong. That's crazy. All right, we loosen these. I'm going to break this 3D printed part. Wow, the Hodo is so impressive. I mean, these are cracking. Like, they're cracking closed. All right, so let's see. Yeah, so let's do it even more loose than this. There we go. Wobble. Wobble. Okay, so we'll bring it all the way over here. And we'll tighten this. One screw. Bring it all the way over here. Tighten this. One screw. Bring it over here. Tighten this. Bring it over here. And we'll just keep doing it this way. Okay, and this should feel much, much better now. All right. Easy peasy. Okay. Still a little bit of something right over here. You know what I should do? I should do the same thing with that mount as what I just did here. So let's do that real quick. Oops. Wrong one. All right. I need this guy. Great. Where'd I drop that? All right, this thing should slide up. Yep. All right, let's tighten it over here. Woo! Odo, what are you doing? Even better. Okay, we're getting things a little bit more squared away. Let's tighten it even more. Oh, wrong one. And the other thing I can do is undo the rail on the left-hand side over here. But this isn't bad, and I can always do the rail later. Okay, I mean it still moves here. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. Let's get this wire situation handled. So this whole contraption comes up. Now we get into the fun things. So that goes on first. And for that one, what was the hardware? It was these two. This is for the X-axis stopper. It's an optical sensor. And it has kind of like a permanent mount. Let's make sure that's aligned too. This is the Y. Okay. What am I hitting? The wires are hitting. Wrong ones. I mounted it to the wrong ones. I was like, that's not even close. There we go. It's hard when your tools are being magnetized to the bottom of the damn thing. And you're like that, and you're kind of just working against it the whole time. Kind of funny. All right, there we go. So now when we bring this over here, yep, that hits. Okay, cool. All right, we'll plug that in a minute. This will rest here, which puts that down there. All right, so we need 1, 2, 3, 4. Kind of look larger. Got to be these. Let's close fusion out of here. Don't save any of that. Are those squirrel fans on the side? Yes, there's a giant squirrel fan, and it's amazing. This thing is overbuilt. There's nothing 3D printed on this at all. Not a single part. And yeah, overbuilt is an understatement. This is built like an industrial grade machine, that's for sure. But yeah, there is no 3D prints. Everything is metal. Oh, my tool. This handle, yeah, they're just standard L shape. What's it called? Things. No, I'm at the hex driver. Yeah, they're just they're these guys. There's a print artifact from the spacing of the magnets, but it's really not an issue for the materials it prints. Okay, wait, these don't go on there. This must be for the top cover or something? What are all these for? This is for this cover. What am I missing here? I need just 2 regular screws. Is it these? I doubt it. I mean, I guess it could be. Let's see. Nope. Nope, we need larger ones. Yeah, that's from the enclosure. So it's got to be these. Why don't they want to go in there? All right, hold up. Where do these go? Oh, it looks like they should be long. That must be these then. Let's see. Yep, that's that. Okay. Okay. Now this. All right, that's why. That's why this goes up here somewhere. All right. I knew that cover. Didn't I call this? I said, hey, I put this cover on too soon. I'm going to have to take it off. I meant your hex driver. Yeah, I got it now. Sorry, I like trying to multitask while not destroying this thing, you know? It really prints good, especially CF. This thing prints amazing. The print quality and the size and the, like, you know, it's weird to say build quality and praise it when I'm fixing it. You know what I mean? I guess the way it's built is the right way to say it. The way it's built is incredible. All right, so this thing, this cover, does have to sit on stuff. So I was wrong about that. I do need these standoffs. Yes, I do need the standoffs. And they do go on top of this. Let's check one first. So let me take one of these off. I know I don't have the camera to reach all this, guys. Kind of a bummer. As in, like, to show what I'm doing in some detail. But on top of this board, the main board, we have this wire guide. Yeah, that's what it is. It's for these things, and then that gets clamped to that. Okay. No worries. It'll only be a worry when you put it all the way together and then you look back and there's a bunch of extra hardware. So if we're at that point, that's when we have a problem. The floor has been the best stable platform for my Magneto. Yes, mine lives on the floor. And I do want to move it from the back of the studio to right over here behind me, actually, on the floor. I do need to paint the pole that's behind me. I don't know if you guys can see that round pole. I did buy some wallpaper, Zumi suggested. And it came, but I had a really hard time getting it on. I quit. So I will paint it. I have black paints to paint it, paint the pole. And I'm only doing that because eventually I will put a wall up there with a one of those sliding doors. Because I do want to separate these two rooms. That'll be a project maybe in a year or so. Okay, now this can be plugged in, first of all. Our very stubborn plugs can be plugged in. Okay, and now this can go right on top with these, like this. There we go. And this should still have enough room for the other cover, I believe. There's a print artifact from the spacing of the magnets, but it's really not an issue for the materials it prints. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Artifacts for the spacing of the magnets. You mean like VFA? Because that can totally be tuned out, even on this machine. It's in their wiki. Extra hardware always goes in the spare bag. That's right. Hide away. Hide away, right away. Okay, I do need to pull the zip tie out before I go any further and put a new zip tie in. Because this zip tie is really hard to get out of here. And if I put this thing together any further, I won't be able to. Do I space to cut it underneath? Let's see. Yes. Okay. Zip tie out. New large zip tie in. I'm actually not going to zip tie the PTFE tube. Actually, no, I will. Let's keep it all together. Right? No, it'll have a crazy angle. Once again, the snips came in handy. All right, let's zip tie these wires. Cut flush. All right, now this thing can go back on, this little cover. SOS, save me. What's wrong, Nitro? There's a small artifact you can fine tune with calibration tools. Yeah, they have like a. I'm actually gonna have to use that calibration tool to get these new motors talking, apparently. But hey, Canuck, what's up? Wrong account. What do you mean? That's funny. All right. And let's go on the side. I can't find my snips. Oh, no. That's a whole catastrophe. Nitro is my other account. Oh, okay. I see. Now I understand. You can feel it when you move the print head. Okay. Come on out of there, Allen key. There we go. Can you feel it? I guess a little bit. Magnets. That's right. Okay, all of this assembly is ready to go. Man, this thing is... I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm excited. I hope it works. All right. Let's get all of this back in here. And... oh, there's no bracket installed right here for the wire management. I gotta pull that off the old one. Okay. Shouldn't be too hard. Hopefully I can get that in there. From the bottom. I do have the panels off, right? Yeah. All right. Eat more iron. And you'll be glued to the thing. That's true. That's a worry. All right, let's see here. One right here. And one right here. And it looks like I'm actually missing 2 more screws. I'm going to take them off this one. Because these are the screws that hold the linear rail on. And I want those. All right. 1 and 2. I need 2 zip ties and some snips so we can get all of this wiring tucked away like it was when we began. Okay, 1 and let's get another one. One and 2. Let's get them nice and flush. 1, 2. Okay. Now we plug everything back in. So let's see. This is the power. So let's get that plugged in. Power's plugged in. This is the X-axis motor. I believe that's these two. Not motor. It's not these two. The X-axis sensor. Which one is that? I don't know. Could be these. I can't tell. Yep, that's it. 1 and 2 for our optical sensor. Come on, where you at? There it is. 1 and 2, let's see. Perfect, okay. What we got next? What we got next? This plug. No, these little plugs go first. This one that I put a marking on is the X. I'm just going to leave the marking on it. Seems like it would be a hassle to remove. So we got the Y. end stop, the X end stop. Okay. This says VCC ground and X and Y. Okay. And this plug is a huge, crazy proprietary plug. Let's plug that in. Okay, huge, crazy proprietary plug in. All right, this is ready for the cover. Let's grab the cover. Cover is this guy, and he gets these three. Why 3? It should be 5. Should be 4. Oh, that needs to be a standoff. Ah, now things are making sense. Here they are right here. That's 4 and the standoff, which means I gotta take off this guy. Okay, now I'm starting to remember a little more. All right. Standoff goes here. All right, this little key doesn't work on that. Manual crank. All right, PTFE goes through there. This sits firmly there with 5 screws. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Golden. You know what I should have done? This is one of those. This is one of those hindsight things. I should have left all the covers off everywhere and turned it all on. But no, I put it all the way together. Time for camp, want to shower, have a good one. Canuck, thanks for stopping in, man. I appreciate it. You remember that you remembered? My God, you know what I need? I need some truth serum. Cheers, guys. Job well done, everybody. Well, as far as assembly goes, I don't know if it's well done quite yet. This goes into extruder. Yep. All right. So what do I need? I think for the most part it's together. I think we need to boot this thing up and see if it'll boot. I think that's going to be step 1. What do you guys say? We're doing that? Now, okay. Another challenge is going to be finding a cable. No, I'll have a cable. This one looks like, because the machine's right over here, this will reach right for it. This is a 24-volt system. Hopefully, when I power this up, if I lose you guys, we'll blame the Magneto for taking too much power from my desk. I can go from over here. If I just unplug something over here. Maybe that's safer. I don't want to lose power to my desk. Not that I'm going to use the heater or anything, but still. All right, I'm going to unplug the Ace system. Over here, the Ace Pro. And let's run this cord. An unconventional. Oh man, this won't reach. Okay, that's going to cause issues. All right, we are going to risk it. Apparently Apparently that's how we roll around here. All right. If I can vacuum and doesn't take anything down, this machine shouldn't either. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Power. All right, we got lights on the tool head. Do we have lights on this board? Yes, we have lights on this board. Lights down at the bottom for the Y. Let's see. Can I see the encoder over here? Yes, the LEDs are on. Okay, so our solder job worked fine. All right, now let's see how Clipper reacts. I want to get you guys somewhere where you can see the screen on the machine as well. Hopefully this is because the motors are not calibrated with the... Okay, so basically what I've been told is there's two motor controllers on the bottom, linear motor controllers, and they won't know where these motors are until you plug them in. And I have to follow their wiki, right? Like these things won't work. Yes. Okay, so that's what we're gonna have to do. So we're jumping into the next phase of the project. I'm gonna lift the table up for a seating position. I might have to take this door off. Let's quickly take this door off. All right, so I do have to figure out one interesting thing. First, let me put these tools somewhat back so that I can have some space again to sit down. All right, these can stay out, this can stay out, this can stay out, pliers can go. Soldering stuff is nice and cool now, so that can go back to where it goes. Let me get my seat. Looks like my camera lost where I am. I'm here, camera. Okay. All right. I need to plug this thing into my laptop. And I tried to do it earlier with this cable. But I have a feeling that this is not a data cable. Because I couldn't get a signal. And I thought it was like, oh, maybe it's a Windows driver thing because I'm using a Mac. All this stuff. It's going to make your hair stand up. But I do have some adapters. So I'm going to try to find another cable. Okay, so for example, I have here one of these. Do I have one of these cables? Yes. And I know for a fact this is not just the charge cable. All right, so we're going to do the craziest amount of adapters possible. So we got mini USB going into micro USB, then USB-A going to USB-C. Actually, I won't be able to plug it into USB-C. So that can stay off. Okay, all right. So let's see how this is all going to play out. Let's do... I don't know which motor this is, but we'll plug it in anyway. We'll plug this into the back of my keyboard. And that will share a plug with my microphone. So let's see if we lose microphone or not. You guys still hear me? Okay, good, good, good. Yeah, USB A through Z. All right, I need to plug in some air because it is hot up in here. And I just realized that's a bad idea because I have this machine plugged in. Okay, then I will use this fan over here. There we go. Blow near me. There we go. Okay, get some air moving up in here. All right, now that that's plugged in, we need to go here. So I have linear motor host installed and this driver installed in crossover. So let's boot that up. Linear motor host. Let's launch that app. We'll give it some time. It is booting Windows essentially in the background. So last time I tried this, I couldn't get the app to recognize the motors because they asked me to do this calibration when I did the wiring too, but I couldn't. All right, what's going on? The linear motor host is running. Where is it? Where is that? Oh, it's already open. Why can't I see it? Why is it over here? Wait, what? Where is it? Why can't I see the app? It's like off my monitor over there. All right, let's try quitting it and opening it again. That's weird. It like goes off my monitor and I can't see it. That's fantastic. Where is it now? What a silly issue to have. All right, here we go. Okay. All right, here's the app. So let's move this down just a little bit so we can see both. All right, so this is saying hook this up. We got one on there. We're going on the X motor, looks like. Once connected, manually move the tool head to the center. Okay, we're manually in the center. Connect, power on the printer, open linear motor host, go to System, Settings, Connect Settings, select the corresponding driver model and communication method on the right. So we got 1, 2. So let's do that first. So System Settings, Product Selection. Okay. Then we do... Can't see what this is. Product selection, DNG, okay. Oh, I did that. Yeah, okay, I did that. 4 RS485, and then that click to connect button that's in Chinese. RS. See, and I don't see it here. And this is what I was talking about. There's nothing else to select. Looks like whatever WS is, I see it there. But I don't see it under RS. Well, now I do. Was it just a time thing? I see it there now. You sure the cable is a data cable? Yes. This one I'm sure. It is through an adapter. I mean, I do see it. I'm gonna hit connect. It's set to RS485. I'm gonna hit this button. Okay, that doesn't do anything. Click connect. Double click the port number to complete the connection. Double click the port number. Does this mean it's connected? What do you mean? What's the port number? Once connected, click the real-time icon. At this point, if you slightly move the corresponding motor by hand, you should see curve changes. Okay, do I just exit this? Okay. Nothing changes when I click that. Let's go to waveform display. So if I move this, no. So we are not connected, indeed. System settings. All right, you know what? Just for giggles, let's restart the app one time, and then what I'll do is I'll try a different cable. Let's boot that. You need to click the gray circle. If it doesn't respond, I usually restart the program. Oh, okay, cool. I was about to say, wow, you're doing all this on the Mac. I am. Nico. I don't have any other option. I don't have any other option at the moment. That ain't gonna stop me. I can also use parallel desktop. So we'll try that as well. All right. Because there's no way I can't see the USB connections and stuff like that here. I can on in parallels. All right, so let's go to system settings. We're gonna choose this. Last time I had to go to this to see it. Yep, and then back to here. And then we're gonna double click this. Yeah, it doesn't do anything. Could it be that you need to boot Windows screen and be sure a CH330 driver is installed? So I did install the driver earlier today when I was at work. Waveform display. Okay, let's try the next thing. Let's quit this. Let's quit crossover. And let's boot Parallels. I don't want Ubuntu. I want Windows 11. Whoops. All right, so we're going to go right into Windows. And right up here, we should be able to see that connection and push it through. Might just be really laggy. It's possible. My direction pin needed to be inverted once I was done. Might have done something wrong, but it all works now. Oh, that's good. Why does this take it so long? All right, here we go. Yeah, see, I have both of them right here waiting for me. All right, so first, let's make sure. Whoops. Let's make sure that the USB connection is pushed through. And the way that we'll do that is we'll unplug it. We'll check back here. And we'll plug it in, and it should ask us if we want to pass this through to Windows. Here it is. Where do you want to connect this USB device? I can't move it to that screen, it looks like, to show you guys. But it's USB serial 2. We're going to allow. So now up here, we should have USB serial 2. Okay. So now I know that USB serial 2 is plugged in here. Just for funsy, we'll open the driver installer. We'll just hit install just to make sure. Driver pre-install failure. Okay, that's new. All right, let's uninstall. Has been uninstalled. Okay. And install. Driver pre-install failure. Well, that's not good. It still says that it has one from 2014. Why is there driver failure? This is a virtual machine on Mac on your network. No, it's on my Mac. It's on my actual Mac. That's why I can like pass through these USBs. Let's see if we can reopen this thing. It's weird that there's an error out of nowhere. Driver pre-install failure. I mean, it's there. It recognizes this thing. All right, let's just see what MotorHost says. Application. There we go. Raid, additive Adam. Hello. How you doing? Lucio, what's happening? Sorry, I didn't notice the raid thing. Welcome everybody. I'm just I'm like heads down trying to figure out this issue. Is this app not booting up? What's going on here? There he goes. Okay. Winamp. It's true. It does. Okay. All right. Let's try it here now. System settings. We got this guy. This thing. Let's see if it works the same when I hit WS. It does. MotorHost is doing some weird things. Did it open a new app? Oh, it opened all the other times I clicked on it. Cool. All right, we'll go back to this. And we're going to click this twice. Okay, that's doing something different. It loaded a little bit. I can't read Chinese, so I don't know what that says. But then we'll go to waveform display. Right, we have to close this. Waveform display. And nothing. Cool. I'm going to have to get a Windows-based machine. The gray circle needs to be green. Okay. Install manually in Device Manager. All right. Do you guys tell I'm not a Windows person? USB serial. Update driver. Scan automatically. Sure, Windows Update. Gonna love doing Windows Update. I doubt that's the right way to do it. Windows. Choose the inf if you have it. Can I tell it? Browse my computer. Desktop. I guess this means it's not an inf, huh? Since this is the installer. Okay, we can get that though, right? CH341 SER. CH341 SER inf. Can't Google give me the thing that I need? I need this. I need this. Download. Desktop. Save. Close. On my desktop. Okay, I need to do this. Browse. Desktop. Looks like I can't like find it on here for whatever reason. Browse drivers. Can I hit next? Nope. Hold on. Hold on. I vaguely remember. Browse my computer. Let me pick from a list of available drivers on my computer. Okay, okay. Oh, okay. Wait. No, this isn't it. No, this isn't it. INF file. Isn't this the INF file? You need the whole folder. All right. CH3FSER. You're saying I need this. There you go. Get an old laptop. Run fly by 11 boom dump. Yeah, I looked today for old laptops. I was thinking about getting like an older Surface Pro, so it's like a tablet style. Okay. Extract all. Sure. Only one USB on those. The inf points to the driver files has to be a full package. Oh, okay. All right. Let's put that out there. Okay. Should be in here. Should be that one. All right. So now let's go back to Device Manager. Let's go here. Update driver. Browse my computer. Nope. Wrong button. Browse. And driver master. CH this guy. Okay. We're going to hit OK. Hit next. Windows was unable to install your USB serial. Could not find the drivers in your device. Does it need to be here? Let's see if it needs to be there. Next. Could not install. They're paperweight and the charger's awful. Oh, okay. I would not get a Surface. Okay, there you go. I have such bad luck doing anything serial in Windows, like your Raspberry Pi on my desk, especially. Yeah, I mean, the Taco guy. I do have some Raspberry Pis, and I have other like external monitors. If it really comes down to it, I can definitely run Linux. I mean, even Linux runs better on here without the bogus nonsense. Okay, what else should I try, guys? I'm really surprised that this thing's not working. I mean, there is one on there. There's one installed, but what's weird is I've installed this one before. Oh, you know what it is? I have to run this as administrator, I believe. Right? Because Windows. Nope, that wasn't it. Help. You should put all the drive files, system DLL, in the same directory as the first, then selecting the installation file, inf, before installing or uninstalling the driver. Run the setup.exe file and click install. Wait, so this has to be inside of that folder? What if that's a thing? Could this be a thing? I never did that before. No. Just checking. Run as administrator. No. And if I just double click this. That's literally the driver. Alright, Windows gurus, help me out. I don't know what to do anymore. Get a mini Windows or Dell Lenovo Marketplace on Amazon. Hey, all about all. Fishy. Should have worked. What's interesting, another CG is I've literally installed it before. That's what's wild. Let's do this. I'll keep this here. Why don't I try to get the CH341 SCR installer again. CH341 SCR installer. It's a sketchy website. Just the way that we prefer it. One key installation. Cool. Install it on my machine. And do it quickly, too. Alright, it's the same one. Error. Yeah, exactly. Get a PC simple. You know, I know it's easy to blame this, but it could be some other nonsense. Look at this. Now it's saying this is from 2024. There we go. Driver install successful. Okay, this happened before. My guy tells me it's a cable issue, but I may be wrong. We're going to start over. All right, hold on. It worked. So now we should be on the latest driver. Yeah, it is a virtual machine. And I'm passing through. We go up here. I made sure the USB serial 2 is being passed through. Yeah. Okay, so now that should be good to go. Let's go back into MotorHost. Let's go back into MotorHost. Find the application file. Come on. There we go. Yep. Please work. I know, right? Yeah, I mean, I'm streaming. So this is a M1 Max MacBook Pro running two 4K cameras, streaming an OBS to YouTube in 4K and Twitch in 4K while running Windows 11, while playing all this music, running all the apps that run the chat, and all that nonsense, running 2 browsers, Safari and Chrome on the on the Mac side, and Chrome on the Windows side. Discord's running. It's obscene. It's crazy that you can do this nowadays. So yeah, I can't hate if something doesn't work. You know what I mean? Like, it's already doing obscene stuff. All right. Oh, look at that. It popped up by itself this time, and it says COM6, which it didn't say before. So now I click this button. Come on. Hey, okay. Okay. Okay, we got an error. We no longer have flashing screen up here. But this is weird. Electric angle. Also, look back here. What should I click here? Clear error? Clear the error. Okay, clear it. Hey, we're green. All right, I think we're golden. And now if I go to device control, whoops, waveform display. All right, I can see it already. Hold on, it can feel the knocks on my desk. That's pretty cool. Oh yeah, okay, perfect. All right, and that button, that light is green now on the bottom. All right, cool. Turn on voiceover, really hog the resources, right? You talk me into a Mac and I love it, see? And the microphone, that's true, and my microphone. Okay, so that's fantastic. What now? Now do I unplug it and go to the next one? System settings. Do I need to do I have to do anything? Should I turn this off? Jeb, since you just did this, do you remember? Green bottom is good. Yeah, green bottom is good. But now I need to do the y-axis. Right? So do I unplug this and just plug it into the next one? Because I'm gonna do it. Oh, I'm doing it. Unplug and plug in here. Okay. We're gonna allow, I don't know what that is. Clear the error here as well. Let's go to system settings. Okay, and it's connected automatically now. Now both lights are green on the bottom. Sick. Okay, this is good. This is good. I think that's all we need to do. So if we go here, now the Y should be doing stuff too. Oh, right. Yeah, this is just the Y now. Okay, yeah, the X is not doing it. And now the Y is. Okay, so that is fully functional. Never seen anything like it from a 3D printer. Well, that's because these are linear motors that run magnets. It's insane. Okay, cool. Detected the motor, so it's good. Just hit disconnect. Where is disconnect? That's what I was worried about. Like, is there like an obvious button? Is it stop? Every other laptop manufacturer is playing catch up with Apple. Yeah, for sure. The battery life, 100% on Windows guy and but laptop Mac's nice. Yes. System settings. Okay. System settings. Oh, you mean like click this thing to disconnect? Okay. Okay. Cool. Drive disconnected. All right. Before I leave though. All right. I'm like in Windows. Didn't this thing say to do something else? Yeah. So device. Oh, we did it too soon. Perform automatic identification. Go down and hit identification. That's in device control. Okay, let's do that real quick. I should have done that on the other motor, but that's okay. So, okay, so in here, let's go to system setting. Hit this button. Okay, we're connected. This is the Y. Here we go to, whoops. I instantly forgot. Drive control. Device control. I don't have drive control. And I don't, do I have, okay. Does it say something specific here? Device control, identification. Linear motor will identify the load, electrical parameters, and other settings. After the one-click identification is complete, save parameters. I definitely don't want to touch anything there. Whoops. I think I already accidentally touched something. Controller. Oh, maybe it's a... Oh, I see. Identification. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, yeah, LTX. I must have scrolled. See how like it disappears really easily? All right, so we're going to hit identification. Whoa! It's vibrating very loudly. Oh, okay. So it's actually doing some kind of calibration. It was vibrating like crazy for a second there. Okay, and now we're moving back and forth. Man, this thing has some serious power. When it moves and stops, I mean, it could move. That is a lot of force. You definitely don't want to have your hands in there. That was an insane sound. Sounded like a laser. All right, successful. Whether to save the parameters, yes. And then, okay, save was successful. So it looks like that's automatic now. I don't think I need to do this again, but I'll do it anyway. All right, so now we go to system settings again, and we disconnect this. Unplug. Plug back in there. Allow. Give it a second. Connect to this. Now this should be the x-axis. All right, we're there. We're going to go back to device control and identification. Identify. Yep, there it goes. Instantly shaking the entire table. Waiting for the crazy laser sounds. Okay, we are moving left and right. We did get an error. It says must home access, but maybe I just didn't pay attention another time too. The lights dimmed. Oh, there he goes. What a crazy sound. Literally sounds like a laser. Pew! Some good help in the chat. Surprised to have so many add this machine. Yeah, I agree, Tulsa. Thank you, everybody who's helping me. All right, and we saved the parameters. Okay, let's see. Let's see what else. Disable automatic filtering. After completing automatic identification, low order filtering is generally enabled. We recommend turning this off. Refer the settings below. All right, go to device control, filter settings. Very difficult to see. Wait, 3's over here. Current mode, disable. No filter, no filter. All right, hold on. We got this one's a little bit more involved. Let's get there first. All right, so we're gonna go to filter settings. No filter, no filter. Here we have to find back under filter settings. 3. This should say disable current mode. Click disable on the right side to disable the motor so that you could operate options on the left. Current mode. No, I don't see disable. I see enable. There's the module display. Order reverse. Be careful on home. Keep hands clear. Yeah. After doing this on y-axis, move the wrong direction. Interesting. So I flipped it a bit in Clipper config. Don't worry about the disable. Mine didn't have it either. Oh, okay, it must be out of date. All right, cool, cool, cool. I see they're already disabled. Where does it say? Oh, because it has an enable button, so it's automatically disabled. All right, and we have no filter set already, so I guess that's good. The next thing was make sure the low frequency setting also says no filter. No filter, no filter. Okay. And then just save. I'm guessing because I didn't have to do anything in here, that's already in place. There's already no filters. I'm gonna hit save anyway. And then we'll disconnect and do the same thing for the other motor. Okay, let's plug it into that one. Crazy machine. Yeah, it's really insane. All right, let's click that. As long as you see no filter set. Okay. All right, same thing here. After identification, go to filter settings. No filter, no filter. No filter, no filter. Okay, so this is all fine. Set pulse mode. Oh man, I should have just read it, but that's okay. We're just hopping between them. In this step, we need to configure the driver to receive pulses for movement control. Access the following interface and the parameters as shown. Pulse control position. Okay. Trajectory. Pulse control position. All right, set the parameters as indicated. 2000. What does that say? Oh, it's already there. The pulse input ratio number is different, it looks like. No, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. This says move average filter. What's this say? Moving average filter. No, yeah, so this is all already set. Yeah, this is all already set up. It's almost like a GUI for something that I've never seen before. Yeah, yeah, you have full control completely. Like full control to the point where having a degree might help. All right, so no need to do that. It doesn't do anything. Set up automatic initialization at startup. After completing a series of settings, refer to step 1. Motor automatically initialize after power is turned on. Yeah, Jeb, I agree. System settings. Do I want this? I guess. Power on, auto enable, power on, finding. Okay. Oops. System settings. Oh, it's up there. System settings, drive setting, power on, power on. Okay, so everything is already on. Hey, Jeb, was yours also all already set up the way that they have this? Because it looks like I'm not actually doing anything. Hey, Ibos. How are you guys? Good to see you in the chat. I just actually moved your dryer to the bottom right over there, and have some PPSCF on a rotisserie right over there. Really enjoying that dryer. Mine was set up except for the filters. Okay, so your filters were on, so I had to change them. Okay, interesting. Hey, Warpworks, how you doing? Okay, so I didn't have to do that. That's fantastic. So power off and restart the machine. All right, let's let's go ahead and where's Windows? So we're good to go. I can disconnect this. Let's kill it. We can turn this off. I'm gonna put all this in the trash in hopes that I never have to do it again. I'll pull it out of the trash later. All right, I can turn off windows. Power off and restart. That's right. Let's see. Let's see how this works. I love that Windows is now stuck on shutdown. That's my favorite. Is Windows legitimately frozen on shutting down? Is that not classic? All right, there we go. It's actually off now. All right, let's close that. Okay, let's power this thing down. System shutdown. The display is not working, interestingly enough. Maybe because all this stuff has been done to it. All right, I'm going to manually turn the machine off. Yeah, the screen does not work. And I actually don't remember the IP address, although I think the IP address on my Magneto is static. Let me get the IP address, see if I can get to Clipper. Let's go to the router. 192.168.68, and I think it's 70, but let's see. Let's go to the printer section. Holy moly, I have a lot of machines on right now. Magneto is 70. How did I remember that? I can't remember majority of things that I remember that. Okay, yep, it's on. Yep, it's on. It's on. All right, so we are going to just shut it down. I'm gonna shut it down. I'm gonna do a hard shutdown with the button on the back to cycle everything. Phew, man. Ibos, what are you guys doing? Anything new and exciting happening? And you know, thanks for stopping by. We always like to see manufacturers in the live streams. It means you guys are for the community. Everyone else hides away. So good to see you guys in here. All right, we're rebooting. Let's get this thing going. So one thing we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to home this thing. I'm kind of scared. 100%, mate. Love your work. Hey, thank you. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. I got my prayer hand together. All right. We're just waiting for Clipper to turn on. Shut down due to M112 command. Once underlying issues complete, use firmware restart. Why? Why do we have a M112 command? Okay, let's do it. Unknown command hyperlapse. That is an unknown command because I don't even know what that is. All right, so now we are getting an M112 command error. I don't know what that is. Take a sip of basil. Everything will be fine. Cheers. Strain gauge in the tool head, huh? Could be unplugged or something rather. Hyperlapse is time lapse, right? Error, load cell overloaded. Z move to safe position. Okay, okay. Let's see if something is unplugged. Gotta go way down to reach. So close, yet so far away, huh? What time we got? 11:40. We have about 20 minutes left or so. I get M112 after a print when the print cools and the filament in the toolhead shrinks, loads the strain gauge sensor. I did have some filament in there. I wonder if it's being pinched or something. But I'll check the wires real quick to make sure I plug them in correctly. I know it's probably a bad time to ask. Would you like to try our new AMS compatible filament dryer? I would love to. However, it's not a bad time to ask, Ivos. I love answering questions with live streams. So the issue is, you might see it behind me. Maybe you can't. I have the current competitor. Whoops, resumed. I don't know. I only have one AMS, and come on, zoom back out. There you go. I only have one AMS, and I currently have your competitor's AMS heater on there that I just recently put on there. But Ibos, feel free to send me a message on Discord. If you guys are on there, that's a really nice place to chat because it's instantaneous and all devices. But also, I think we have a thread going somewhere in email. So just shoot me an email. We'll chat in there, and we'll get it figured out. I've obviously already seen what you guys have, and it looks really impressive. And it would be really cool to go head to head on both of those units. I also just did a whole dryer video, so it would kind of make sense, you know. It would fit right in. So yeah, let's chat. Let's chat about it. Because I would love to make that happen. All right, the strain gauge would be on this side, and it would be this little guy right here. It'd be specifically this one. Doesn't look like anything is pinched or anything like that. It's plugged in. I didn't even unplug it. So it's not that. The only other thing that I can think of is if I take off the extruder. All right, cool. Thank you, Ibos. And I appreciate you even thinking of me. So kudos to you guys. You're winning double brown points, considering you're in the live stream and you're talking. So double winners. All right, I took the extruder off. Maybe this has something to do with it. I'm going to keep this off for just a second. Can it hang on these wires? Yeah. So right now the strain gauge should not be being pressed by the extruder at all. Let's do from a restart. So if this starts up, then that was the issue. It did start up. So it's just a matter of alignment. Something was just not quite aligned. Let's see what we get now. Jeb, thank you for that, by the way. All right. That's that issue figured out. Now let's home. Here, let me raise the seat up a little bit so I can sit back down. Let's have the mouse on the emergency stop. And let's hit home. Right? See if you have to comment M12 out in the file. Well, let's see what happens here. Let's see what happens here. All right, I'm gonna hit home and I'm gonna go to the emergency stop button. Let's go. Okay, bed went down. X or Y should be going next. Neither are moving. Oh, there goes. No trigger on the X after full movement. No trigger on the X after full movement. What movement? All right, so we need to check the end stops. And did I plug them in? Did I plug in this end stop? Yes, it's lit up. And this one's lit up. You know what? Remember when I was like, man, in hindsight, I should take off the covers. Yeah, I should have. The pause between when you hit home made me nervous. Yeah, it made me nervous too, believe me. Oh, you need to change the mode for the linear motor drivers to pulse mode. Oh. So I gotta do all the Windows stuff again. What? Wait, didn't I though? It was already set that way. Let's see, I'm thinking maybe these things aren't plugged in. No, they're lit up, so let's see if I put metal in there. Should turn green. Yep, okay, that works. And does this one do the same? Yes, okay, so that's not it. Maybe it did, I can't remember. I mean, I don't mind getting back in there. It's easy, but does it disable motors? Oh, even disabling motors isn't working. Okay, so something is up because I can't disable them. Let's go to homing. Yeah, let's just do home X. Yeah, no movement on that. On Y. No trigger. All right, so we're not getting any movement on the motor, so it's definitely something that has something to do with the movement. Okay, no worries. We'll figure that out. All right, let's get back in the Windows then. Try the bottom buttons. Okay, true. They're both green, by the way. You hit the left one usually, and that kind of reconnects everything, and then the right one. No, the buttons aren't doing anything. And the part that worries me is that I can't disable the motors. They're locked in. So definitely something with the configuration. By the way, a cool little thing I did was, where is it? Where do I go? Settings? No. Where do we go? It's in actions. Yeah, so on the machine, I have a camera set up. And when you hit the camera, I have it actually show up on the screen, typically. There it goes. So it's not the fastest thing in the world, but the guys that have this machine know that when this thing is enclosed and everything is on, you can't see what's in there at all. So to have this mode on, you can kind of just walk into the room and in HD see what the camera is doing. It's actually a really cool little feature. Highly suggest you guys set that up if you don't have that. Oh, never mind. You set it correctly. I checked in the video. Avad. Okay. I mean, I wonder if the triggers have to be reversed. No, because it's not. They're not moving. All right, let's go back in here. Connect linear host on a linear motor. Yep, it's pitched. Yeah, exactly. All right, I'm thinking I'm gonna jump in here again and just to see if something is iffy. And we need to definitely check this right here, right? Yeah, device control. Okay. Let's boot up into Windows again. No, it's just still moving its own. We may have the wrong direction. No, mine aren't moving at all. So something else is up. Take your time, man. No worries. All right. Let's go to Windows. This thing zoomed in again? Yeah, there you go. Zoom out. Windows again. Yeah, it's kind of nuts. We're getting so close, though. We're so close. Oh, you know what I do want to do? Actions fan. Turn on the jet stream. Turn the sucker on. I need some air movement. And this thing pushes so much air. There we go. My hair should be blowing back and forth in a second. All right, so out of my recycling bin. Remember when I said this was going to happen? Driver, master. Nope, I don't need that. I need motor host. I don't need any of the driver stuff because I already did that. All right, and then we need to go to the application file right here. Dip switches are on. That's a great question. Yes. Yes, both dip switches are on. That's a great question. You got empty, get another beer? Yeah. You're remembering so much now. That's funny. All right, let's plug this in. Let's do the X first, or that's the Y. I don't know. The furthest one. Yes, allow this to Windows. All right. System settings. We're going here. We're going to connect. All right. It's connected. Just looking at what's in here. It's kind of cool. Software update. Oh, that's for updates for this. Firmware update. Firmware upgrade. Cool. Okay. So that is in device control. No, it's in, hold on. I'm trying to remember. Here we go with the remembering. No, it's got to be here. Oh, here. Pulse out. Right here. This thing. So in here. No, it's not pulse output. Okay, I do have to check. I don't remember anymore. Where is it? Chrome. Device control. Trajectory. Planner.
pulse control position. It does seem to be correct. These settings was 20,000. Some ridiculous number with a lot of ones. 1, 1, 2, and then moving. Yeah, 1, 1, 2. Yeah, all that's correct. Didn't want to load driver. Now wants to now wants to show off firmware updates. So what if I disable? Okay. And can I move it now that it's disabled? Yeah. Interesting. So I can disable it through this, but I couldn't disable it through Clipper. Yeah, the values are the same. Try turning it off and on. Yes. Did you forget the level of the bed? That's number 2. No, so this part is set correctly. The numbers are the same. So what part am I missing here? System settings. Drive setting on. After setting use defined information, you need to save. Okay, then we'll go to save. Save successfully. 2, 1, 2, that's correct. Off. Yeah, I mean, that seems correct. Let's enable it. Okay. All right, let's go back to device control. Nope. System. Connection. Disconnect. Okay. Plug in the next one. Allow. Okay. Let's go to here. Pulse control. Yep, the pulse is correct. 2,000 or 20,000, a bunch of ones. 1, 1, 2. Yeah, this is correct as well. And here, 2, 2, off, 1, 2, 2, 1, off. Let's hit this button. I mean, I don't think I hit that button physically. It's just, is it possible that that's a thing? Then safe parameters. Do you need to re-enable your motors? Jeb, yes. I mean, they're both enabled now. So let's go back to settings, connection, disconnect. Okay. All right. Now I'll disconnect here. Let's see if my screen will work. Okay, my screen's working this time. Let's go to configuration. What is it? System. And do a restart. Do a reboot. I'm out of ideas. Call tech support. Did you try saving? Yes. But I just did it again just to make sure. By the way, guys, just noticed it's about to be 12, which means you have 2 minutes to get into the giveaway by Polymaker. They're pinned in both Twitch and the YouTube channel, so go ahead and dive into there. 71 seconds left. 69 seconds. Nice. Hey, Jason.
All right, are we booted or is something crazy happening? Okay, we are booted with no errors. All right, let's do this again. I'm gonna hit home. It's moving now. X is good. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right, hopefully this stops and doesn't destroy the bed. Let's see. Bed's moving up. Oh. It lives. It lives. I don't know if it's fixed, but it lives. Oh, that's sick. Okay. Test this. Speed. Let's go. What's fast? 800 millimeters per second. Iterations. Let's do 40 of them. And acceleration 10,000. You guys ready for this? Make sure the cable isn't rubbing without the cover. Nope, no rubbing. You guys ready for this ridiculous 800 millimeters per second movement? Master bluff. All right, let's see. I'm going to send it. Let me go to the emergency stop button just in case. The cable is good. The cable is good. It's zip tied. We're about to go Super Saiyan on this machine. No, that's the PTFE tube. It's good. No cable rubbing. Woo! It scared me. Yeah. No errors? That was just 40 movements? Yeah, okay, this is good. This is good. Let's do... All right. We're going to do a bed calibration. Not Z calibrate. We're going to do a bed mesh. Calibrate. I'm going to let the thing do a bed mesh. And we're going to start a really long print that prints 2 giant dragons. I'll show you guys them. I keep these around in case people stop by with family and friends and stuff. And I like to print these giant dragons in beautiful filaments to give them away when they stop by here. And this one, this is the second time this thing stopped. This is when I decided to just fix it. So you can print 2 of these at the same time because of its bed size. And they're really cool. Like, you know, the dragons are cliche, all that fun stuff, but when they're that big, and if somebody doesn't know about 3D printing or isn't very familiar, and you hand them one of those, it's usually a good time. So that's what I'm going to have this thing print whenever it finishes this mesh. So in the meantime, we can do our giveaway. I'm so excited, guys. This is ridiculous. Now do 8,000. No, I can't do that. Man. Phew. Yeah, Nico, I'm stoked, man. You got to screw that thing down. So sick. Now it's time to add a beacon. Okay. Is there, Jeb, do you know if there's files to attach this thing? Nothing exploded, no fires. It's a win, huge win. Hey, Serge, how you doing? You missed it, man. You missed it. That'll punch a hole in the wall. Yeah. Yes, yes, it is. Big problems. I know the experience. Believe me, look at my room. I know. I know. All right, what are we doing here? Complete heating and start executing bed mesh. Okay, so we're actually going for it. All right, let's do it. Get it done. We'll start this print. Bed mesh is going to take a little minute. Hey, Happy Shooter, thank you for coming in and hanging out. I really appreciate it. Pretty neat machine. It really is a neat machine. It goes on sale sometimes. Right now, it's unavailable. Like I said, I messaged them. I was like, hey, the machine's been unavailable for a while, but apparently they had some kind of part swap, and there's been some shortage of something. So they said that it's coming back in stock. K3 fan deck that has a beacon mount that's more stock. I've been fighting with 600mm printer for the past 2 months. Finally have it dialed in. Nice. Yeah, 600mm is no joke. Is it the Venture XL? Because if I can't get this thing running, I'm going to go with something like that. I can link you in Discord if you're in the Peopoly channel. I am in the Peopoly channel. Please link me if you can. You can even link it to my Discord as well. How much are these on sale typically? It was on sale one time for some obnoxious number. I remember I had to message everybody about it. It was off like $700 off, and they gave you a free enclosure. But I think they did that to get rid of the stock, and then it went out of stock. So it's probably they probably did that for only a handful of machines, to be honest, just to clear out the stock to get the new whatever updated parts. But I do have a coupon code for them. So when it comes back in the stock, shoot me a message. I don't remember what the coupon code is, but it's at least 5%. So I think it's cheaper than that, isn't it? If you go to 3dprintsos.com/Magneto-X, I believe. Yep, that was it. 3dprintsos.com/Magneto-X. Yeah. There's the $700 off situation that's happening right now, but it does say sold out. So $1,300. Do they give you? Okay, so it's still on sale, but they're not giving you the. They're not giving you the cover. One thing that is disappointing about the Magneto, literally one thing that I find disappointing legitimately, and that's the hot end gets stuck at 300. You can fix that by getting a new hot end with a different thermistor, or even just upgrading your thermistor and just changing some settings in Clipper. It's not that the machine can't do it, it's that the thermistor that they use in the hot end is limited to 300C. Because of the way that this machine is built, I would love to print, like PPS CF or PPA, and it really needs to go above 300 to be able to do that successfully. So The nozzle can go to 300C. Yes, but majority of the machines, even cheapos like the Cobra S1 can go to 320, right? Or 330 even. So they should be able to go higher. I'll link the Ninja. Okay, cool. Thank you. Thank you. It's the most robust that I have. Hey Juan. Even more robust than the FL Sun S1 Pro, more robust than the Creality K2 Plus. The H2D is pretty robust, but in a different way. The H2D is like packed with crazy electronics. And this is not packed with crazy electronics, but it's very, very different. All right, guys, let's do the giveaway real quick while we're waiting for this bed mesh. Okay, let's see. We're going to go to here. All right, good luck, everybody. And thank you once again to Polymaker for doing these giveaways. Let's go to winners. We're going to draw a winner. Let's do one winner. All right, let's do announce winner with avatar. I wonder why that was faster today than yesterday. Glenn H, are you in the chat because you won yourself some filament from Polymaker? Clip a roller boot, save configuration, yes. Hey, look at that. It shows the mesh. I don't ever remember seeing that ever. Oh, okay. It disconnected. But that's cool. I've never seen that before. There's the unknown command hyperlapse. That's fun. My P1S does 320 with the faintest contrast. Right, exactly. So there's ways around every machine going higher. And like I said, the only thing that's stopping this thing from going hotter is the actual heating, not heating element, the thermistor that's on the hot end. I mean, you could buy a different thermistor, throw it on there, and it will already work. You just have to change one setting in Clipper for that to happen. Glenn H, the way that I usually do this for everyone involved here is I give them a few minutes to say if they are available in the chat because there's delays, all those things, blah, blah, blah. And if they don't, if they're not around, I'm going to pick somebody else. You want to do the thermistor mod for the X1C? I do. I actually have a hot end to install on that machine, and I'm thinking at the same time I will also do the thermistor mod. I would love to. I have this beautiful Slice Engineering hot end to install. I just literally haven't had a chance, but it is a work of art with a metal fan. It's really, really incredible looking. The Mako. Glenn H, congratulations, you won yourself some filament, but please, sir, you have to be present. Do you need X1 Plus to do the mod? No, you do not. The you need a resistor in line, and what it'll do is you just have to know that the machine will be, I think it's either 20 or 30 degrees hotter. I think you pick the right resistor, and you know the machine will be 20 or 30 degrees hotter. Hey, Henson, there he is. Let me check. Yes, I see your email. That is you. Congratulations, you won some filament from Polymaker. So thank you, Polymaker, for giving that away. Listen up. Here's what you have to do in order to receive your filament. What you need to do is email me at fedor@3dprintsos.com. My name is Fedor. So fedor@3dprintsos.com. You can always find my email in the About section of my YouTube channel. All right, so email me saying, hey, you won this the filament giveaway by Polymaker, and probably tomorrow I will send you a code and a form from Polymaker, and all you have to do is put that code into the form, and it'll give you credit on your account. You can add more to it. You can use that to buy whatever you want. Whatever. That's up to you, but congratulations. So do it that way. Make sure you let me know in the chat that you know that you're good with sending me an email to that address. Absolutely, Shrimp Father. Thank you for being here. Please stream the X1C mod. Yeah, definitely thinking about doing that. Thank you. Yeah, absolutely. Congratulations. And thank you for Polymaker for supporting the channel like this. I have a lot of fun giving away filament. By the way, you are the 95th giveaway. Once I started counting, we've definitely given away more. Especially when we hit 20K. I think we gave away like 50 rolls or something like that, some obnoxious amount of rolls. So 94th since we started counting giveaway. Just a resistor in line. You just have to compensate with noting the value resistor you use. So if you use a smaller resistor, that skews it to 310. When you set it to 300, yeah, exactly. The one that I was gonna do was 30-degree skew, so that way you can get to 330 degrees. Awesome. I can't believe we did it. It's insane. All right, so while this is happening, here, let's do 70. No, not 70. Let's do 60 on the bed. Let's go to the extruder. Do 140 on the extruder just to warm it up. And while that is warming up, let's throw a spool on there. Let's see. We should have some fun filaments to choose from. You guys will have to help me. I do have a bunch of conjure. Where did the filament that I had on there previously go? Did I use it all up? It was a beautiful rainbow. Oh, it's right here. Let's use this. Which conjure is this? Oh, yeah, this is like the water, like crystal. Also beautiful. Conjure has some really fun stuff. They sent me a few to try. Same with Amelin. Amelin also sent me a few beautiful filaments to give a go. Oh, yeah, this one's cool. Check this out. Right here. Which camera? This camera's in my way. This camera's over here in my way. Yeah, this is very beautiful looking. I don't have that other kind of stuff from Polymaker. I have a ton of Polymaker stuff, but not anything of that nature. Glow in the dark. No, I'm gonna take this stuff off, and we'll just use this one. I think that filament broke in there. It did. That's cool. We'll note that for later. Do you guys think half a spool is enough for those two dragons? Beautiful filament, by the way. I'm going to risk it. We're going to do it. We're going to do it. Let's throw it on here. I think half a spool should be able to cover two dragons. I'm not sure, though. Oh, right. Without this enclosure part on top, I'm going to have to put it on. I don't have a not a spool holder, but the wire, I mean, the PTFE tube here won't work. This thing will move left and right, and this thing is going to not work properly. So we do have to put this monster on the machine. So let's do that. Filament, go over here for a second. Ooh, beast of an enclosure. Also, if you guys don't have one of these, there's this little window that you can print to put on here. Print it in a transparent color, dark color, so you can still see through it kind of, but it blocks off that. And we can open them because this is going to be PLA. All right, and then this PTFE tube, we got to put it in there from the inside. Let's see if I'll be able to reach it. I will not. Fantastic. What about from here? Okay, maybe. I don't know what I just saw there, but I must have touched some button. I saw some light up. Okay, I did reach it. Okay, we're in. We're in. So now I don't have any covers on there. That's okay. It'll be all right. Let's pull this filament out. Okay, maybe a little too much. That's okay. All right, bearings. Bearings are on. All right, let's feed this in. Definitely always really hard to get it just in the extruder. I always find that this part specifically, I almost always have to take off right here. There must be like a tiny little lip there. I always have to take that off. And then let's just throw that on there like this. Let's extrude some of that. So let's go to 220 on the extruder. That machine is so massive. Oh, it's obscene. It's unrealistically massive. All right, we're at temp. Let's go to close, actions, extrude. Let's do speed 5. Extrude. There it goes. And we're making some poops. Let's make enough for that thing to go through. One more poop. We're making a puddle. All right. One more to be safe. Plug that PTFE in. Okay, and let's go back, print. I have my double dragons over here. 21 hours. Yep, let's go print. There we go. I'm gonna wait for that thing to move and then use some tweezers to pull that part off. Oh, there it goes. Okay, and it's out the door. Where do we go? Okay, right over here. All right, we should be all heated. 60 to 25. Yeah, we're ready to go. Let's go, Magneto. I guess we'll know tomorrow. Printer? Hello? Printer? I will let you know tomorrow morning if this thing stopped or not. Already pre-order though. Seb already shipped this week. We printing? We're printing. How's the Z looking? Looking good. Yeah, the machine is so solid in itself. It very rarely goes out of alignment in any way. All right, that is looking good. Very happy. And then, so here's what I was talking about. You go to, where do we go? Go to settings, I think it is. Right, and camera. And like I mentioned, it's not the fastest camera in the world. There is a delay, but it is fairly HD, especially in life. Like right now, I know that's a little blown out. So when you walk into the room and all this is shut, you can actually see what the heck that is, which is always nice. Yeah, I mean, I can even see the first layer on that. Like it's actually a really, really decent angle there, and a really good camera. Why I can't tag someone? If you can't tag them, that means they left. I believe that's what it usually means. Cool. That was a huge success. I'm very happy that we got to put that together. I'll be sure to send them an email saying that we got it all. I have to just resolder. I'm glad this cable worked. And our little ridiculous adapter and our Windows situation. Come on, the Windows situation's ridiculous. Should I throw this cable away? I'm going to throw this cable away. Before I throw this cable away, I'll do a check to make sure if I can connect. Maybe previously it was just some weird driver issue. All right. I guess I can't put these covers on quite yet, since I have undone all of these things. That's okay. They can all sit on my desk. Puts a little bit of a delay on my other videos, but that's all right. All right, y'all. Hopefully you guys had a good time. Once again, thank you, Polymaker, for sponsoring the channel, and obviously for these giveaways. They are an absolute blast. All right, guys, I think I'm going to call it here, and I will fill you guys in on what this thing is doing and how it's printing. I will know in a bunch of hours. We're going all in on the risk factor. But at this point, I have all new wiring, and I have all new X and Y axis. So if there's some issue, the only thing it can be is the actual controllers themselves, or maybe power delivery. That's also possible, but those are going to be very hard to trace. We're talking redoing the electronics bay, and that's a different level. So I have really good faith in this machine, and we'll keep it going. We'll keep it going. Is it printing? It is printing. My camera isn't tall enough to point it in there, which is hilarious. Maybe I can get like you guys like this, like you can see in that little crevice, but yeah, I can't get the camera tall enough to be able to point in there. That's how big this thing is. I mean, look where it is. It's taller than me. So yeah, man, I appreciate that. And thank you for popping in and supporting. Obviously, I really appreciate it. Raid Zombie on Twitch. Actually, let's do that. I don't know how to do that. I've never done it before. Can you guys help me to do that? I don't even know how to do that. What do I do? What's knock? No, I don't want to collaborate. How do I... Whoops. You cannot call in or join in your own chat. I don't want to call in, guys. I want to do a raid. Anyone know how to do it? Do I click on his channel maybe? I don't know how to do that. I probably have to be on my own. Gotta be like one of these things, right? Not sure how to do it, but I know it's a Twitch thing. It definitely is a Twitch thing, and Pez Liz has done it to me several times. All right, we're going super rudimentary. You ready? How do you raid on Twitch? Start a raid, type raid, followed by the name of the channel you wish to raid. Oh, thank you very much. All right, so let's do that. So we're going to do raid zombie hedgehog. And I think that's how you spell his name, right? Yes. All right, let's see that. Boom. Oh, Pezliz, you're here. There we go. We're doing it. We got 15 viewers ready to raid. Oh, yeah, look, I'm twitching. I'm doing the Twitch thing. Let's go. Thank you, Pez. Pez Liz, I appreciate it. Raid now. We're raiding up in here. Let me turn my music off.
From 3D Print SOS.
Yeah. What's up? What's up? What's up? Whoops. Yes, got it. Got it. I'm twitching.
Successful raid. I don't know if you came in, but
I'm twitching.
in. He's twitching all right, yeah. It's been dual streaming. You're twitching. Hey, want to see some cool things?
Yes.
Number one.
Yes, I do.
This.
Oh.
We just built this little.
We're doing some kind of Twitchception thing right now. It's crazy.
Kind of a kick kill model.
Look at that. That is awesome. Wow.
All separate parts that were kind of snapped together. Very quick prints. I love this so much. It's so cool. Pretty cool, huh?
That's pretty.
Yeah, very cool.
He's learning
Twitch. This is Polymaker's new silk filament. This is their silk gold. It looks fantastic. Freaking phenomenal. And of course, we're printing on the cell changer. No,
amazing.
that's not a point. This is a skeleton. Great skeleton.
Okay.
No insertion.
Oh man.
All
right.
I have a chain that's completely tangled that I printed.
Nice. That's cool too.
A very long chain that's like it's never it's this now. Oh, do you guys want to have some fun?
I don't know if you guys can hear this on my side, but it's fantastic.
Do you guys want to see something amazing that I haven't even taken off the
Thank you,
picture yet,
Kenneth.
that I completely forgot about? Oh boy.
All right, guys, on my stream. Hold on, let me mute him for just a second. Guys, I'm gonna call it here on my stream. Thank you guys for being here. I'm gonna go hang out on this stream for just a little bit. But thank you very much. Thank you, Polymaker. Thank you for everyone in the chat who helped me put this machine back together. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Magneto X, for sending me the parts, and thank you, Ibus, for popping in here. Really appreciate you as always. All right, everybody. I'm going to see you guys in that other stream for just a little while before I go to bed. But thank you, and see you later.